to Akali, add some additional damage there, give her some additional backline access, you could argue. And maybe you can catch a root on one of these engaging champions, but you are always going to be outmaneuvered by Jax. You're going to have to deal with this Tristana leaping over. Rakan can flank you. You're a squishy champion.
Semblance of control of this lane, and they have the Ivern. Razork is here. So maybe looking for the follow-up as they do go in onto Elk, and now he doesn't have the hop away. He is just isolated. First blood given over to Noah in the bottom lane.
Super well played here from Trimby with the flash engage there. Gets the knock-up.
It's really huge because the way BLG like to play, as there's a gank for Yagao as well. He's low on mana. Nice shot.
Yeah, he's going very aggressive onto the turret, and they're looking to punish Yagao now. Has he gone too far, or is he just going to 1v2? The flash in, and the shield comes in. Humanoid is safe for now, and they will pick up the kill. Humanoid gets his revenge in the mid lane.
And that is why you play Ivern. They did not anticipate the shield.
Wave, and Shun is level 6. I mean, this is potential gank, but Oscarinen is pretty tanky. Even with the Ruby
Waiting
Crystal,
for
here
Orianna.
comes Yagao. And yeah, as you mentioned, they're just going to wait for the 3v1. We've seen this already today as down. Should go the Poppy in due time. Didn't take very long.
Yeah.
Kill going over to Bin as well. You know, you mentioned trying to mitigate this Jax.
But Razork's here, level 6. Humanoid has ult.
They're trying to turn onto the Akali, but Humanoid is getting in there. He doesn't give a damn. He's got the Daisy to help out with the triple knockup, but in goes on to help with his own knockup and a follow-up of Trimby. He comes in and turns the tides of this tight fight, rather, as Yagao is going to go down. It's a double kill for Trimby on the Alistair, and finally Oscarinen does come in here, and he will try to help out with this one, but On and Bin will just abandon ship.
I mean, Rift Herald is denied here.
These plates in the bottom lane.
Yeah, pretty tough to defend that one. Also, not entirely sure what their plan is against this Jax.
Yeah, they're trying to get in there. It looks like Counter-Strike is down, and Daisy's just getting to work down there. Meanwhile, we do have a fight up here as Humanoid. He's looking to exert some pressure down here as Elk is going to push him back once again, as meanwhile up on the top side, Bin is getting engaged on, and there it is! Oscarinen in the 2v1 takes down that kill, and no kill in the bottom lane is matched by BLG.
And that's the plan with Poppy Ivern. Apparently, you can just... Because the way he's playing the map, he's almost playing it like Talia. If that makes sense, he's playing all through sides. They're not playing through mid very well. Trimby's taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, he also smashed the ground. Not quite as effective as the Daisy.
Humanoid
On is going to take a lot of damage. Humanoid once again in that back line, just forcing him. Trimby is going to be forced to use his ultimate now, and he's being chased down the river. The rest of his team just leaving him to die, as BLG will get the shutdown over to Elk by taking down the Alistair.
And that's the worst too. Will be more likely to extend the duration of the game. Oscarinen obviously getting a little bit more gold up there.
Humanoid is taking a lot of damage. Gets ulted in the Shroud.
Wow.
He's just going to go down 2v1. Elk picks up another big kill.
What a nice play by BLG. They
Into this choke against that and take a fight in that position as Bin is making his way up. Oscarinen in the bush. It looks like they finally do spot him. Is now On. Might not have a way out against the Poppy. Down he goes. He's just bursted 100-0. And now this fight coming in. Humanoid is pretty deep as the Poppy ultimate. This time you can rely on that one. But Humanoid, again, he doesn't really want to stay.
Whoa.
As now Oscarinen is going to go over the wall. And the follow-up engage is huge as in goes Shun alone. And this is a 4v5 for BLG. I don't think they want to take this fight as Fnatic is going on in. Bin, of course, in that backline is pretty huge, but he is alone. And Oscarinen is just leading the charge on the bottom side of this fight.
Divide and conquer. Fnatic just pick them apart piece by piece. Humanoid will fall. Damage is split. Yagao, he's Orianna. He doesn't have damage throughput to continue that fight. Elk, meanwhile,
Look at this guy.
I mean, he's not going to be able to hop away. Okay, he's got a Rakan nearby, and he's just going to put the steadfast presence in. He wants to stem plant, but he's not going to get it. As ticking away is Oscarinen. He gets the shield by hitting the plant, and Oscar will not fall this time.
oh, you love the Chemtech. Not a great one, so he's just going to walk his way over here. That's going to be their main engage. Will he see this teleport flank?
Definitely will. A very important ward to come down, bit of damage into Humanoid, but it's just buying time for Fnatic to chip away at this Drake, as there you go, knocks away the jungler, and again, he is reliable. Oscar will not be denied, as On is taking huge damage. Humanoid is going super deep, but he has so much support from this Ivern. They're going to try to get on top of Elk, and they might just be able to do it. They can't quite put that last bit of damage in, though, and Elk will be able to get away, as now Oscar on the front line, and the follow-up comes in from Trimby. Have they overextended is the question. Bin, it's going to give them the answer as the shutdown comes in for Shun.
It looked so good. it looked so good in the fight, and the shields really stacking up onto Humanoid made it feel like maybe they could carry their way through. You've got no options.
Well, they're going to just run through the Orianna and try to take this one down. The ult will miss as the huge engage comes in from Trippy. Is the follow-up. Their double Poppy knockup. As now they're going to send it into the rest of BLG. As Elk, he's just going to stay alive, though. You can't even get on top of him with it. And Big comes in right at the end to totally turn the fight. Fnatic are routed, and BLG will take this fight in a gigantic manner.
I mean, they were able to force their way through the choke. They did close the gap, and Trippy's engage was pretty decent there. But On goes back through. Bin waits till the last moment. He engages there with a counter-strike. There are just two. That's the one thing you have to do.
Oh boy. Well, everybody's being roped into this one as Shin doesn't really seem to care, and now the rest of BLG will follow up on this. They knock away the Rakan as a massive shockwave comes in, and finally Yagao gives himself a chance to shine.
Here comes Bin.
Here comes Bin. He's got that angle. Shin trying to extend this play, but Fnatic have backed up. But Oscar's going back in, and he nearly gets charmed up. He is just going to have to run away from this one. Gets the quickness out of On, I guess.
Yeah, I will say Fnatic is pretty hard to kill. The tankiness of Oscar Renan as well as the shielding from Razork are making these fights pretty long. Also, they know they have the better scaling, and they know they have this game if they just play it right.
On just keeps baiting these.
Yeah, he is very well, and Trimby, I think, is going to go down. Down he does go. No hope, even through the Altus now. The TP comes in. Is this the flank you were looking for, Fnatic? I'm not so sure, as he will dodge that one, and Bin is going 1v3 in the back line, even against the Oscar, against the Poppy, as Oscar eventually goes down, and nobody can kill Bin in this game anymore.
He's got GA, he's got his Zonias, he's got so much armor stacked up on top of the fact that he's Jax, so he wasn't even going to pop his GA, and that may just be the beginning of the end in this one.
That's how it ends. It's not a Baron, it's not a Drake, it's just a fight in the jungle. They're going to take a lot of this turn. Wow!
Oh, boy. Well, that's what you could not afford at this point, although it looks pretty over. Down goes the Kai'Sa. Noah not able to help out his team at the very last moment, and Bin and the rest of them, the boys on BLG, will be able to take down this Nexus and play with their food in the fountain just a little bit more. There you go. BLG will move on to 2-1.
And the Ivern pick, ultimately in the beginning of the game, made such a huge impact. It was the gang tops